Hey everybody, it's JMan105 and I'm finally back with another video. I know it's been a while, it's been maybe I think a month and a half, but the weather got nice in terms of spring and I've been outside a lot doing outside stuff. It's a bit of a heat wave this week. I'm kind of in every night until the heat breaks, so I have time to make videos again. And I would like to talk about today something that I really tried to avoid on my channel, and that is COVID-19. It's over. The pandemic is pretty much done and gone and now ancient history. In case you don't know, every restriction in Ontario is now gone, and in some cases I think we're long overdue for that. Most of the restrictions were dropped at the beginning of April. In my opinion, they should have been dropped sooner, as well as all the peripheral restrictions that were left over, which meant mandatory masking on public transit, buses, trains, and whatnot, as well as masking in health facilities and places like that. That being said, everything that I predicted about COVID-19 ended up happening. I said at the very beginning, when it was just a whisper, that this would spiral out of control. The government, at least here in Canada, would move to curtail freedoms for no apparent reason other than, oh, it's a virus. Really? Everybody would overreact. The worst of it would pass us by. And everything would end up back to a proper normal as it should have stayed. Now, before anybody says anything in response to that, I contracted COVID-19 myself back in May, so about a month ago. I had it for a week. I basically had mild cold symptoms. My only issue was that I had to self-isolate for 5 days, and I was pissed off for being stuck in my apartment, not able to go to work, because I do love my job, and I hate being stuck in my apartment with nothing to do and nowhere to go. But everything's over now. There are still stragglers wearing masks while they're alone in their cars or outside. I honestly don't get it. At this point in time, unless you're a high-risk person that needs to wear it when you go indoors, if you're wearing it outside alone or in your car alone, you have problems up here. Everything is fine now. It was not as bad as anyone said it would be. I still think a lot of those health officials here in Ontario and in Canada, including the chief medical officer of both Canada and Ontario, need to be fired for gross incompetence. And I'm saying this as someone that had COVID-19, and I know some people that had it, and you know what? Overrated. Completely overrated. I'm sorry, there's no other way I can look at it. And the fact that our government, at least up here, tried to ram through some other bills to reduce freedoms along the way is deplorable, disgusting. I shouldn't be surprised because it's a left-wing government, but come on, man. Seriously? That being said, everything's back to normal, everything's happening. Almost everybody is enjoying the normalcy. I think it's great. I think that this, even though it lasted for over 2 years, we should have been back to normal in less than a year. But again, the idiots running things I don't understand why they don't see things and why they use political science to do things instead of actual science or medical science. Yes, that's what happened. I can't speak for every country out there. I just know that our country here in Canada was so screwed up through this whole thing. We kept restrictions longer than anybody in the world. In the world. When everybody else was back to normal, we're still clinging to this. Only now the government federally has gotten rid of restrictions at airports and vaccination statuses and things like that that were holding up tourism, travel, everything. It just got to a point where, why did we have this in the first place? As far as I'm concerned, federal government should have resigned just for that. But the political structure in Canada, that's another episode for another day. Anyways, glad to see everybody again. Glad you're tuning in and watching this. Everybody have a great night. And if you haven't liked or subscribed to this channel yet, why not? Do it. Peace out, everybody.